Dead in Hip Hop Conversations. You know who it is, man. It's all of your boys. Ain't no plus one, ain't no minus one, ain't no extras. You know what I'm saying? It is the four amigos. And today we are talking the controversial take that Sauce Walka has given the Breakfast Club during an interview. You already know how we do, man. Look, we're not going to get into every little specific thing, but as a synopsis, what Sauce Walka was saying is basically that Drake has taken from Houston, but hasn't really given back, in a sense of giving producers and or extra writers in the room those type of credits, not giving the Houston artists features, you know what I'm saying, on his own music.
There's a slight backstory to it though, because the video surfaced of him actually dissing Drake before the interview, right? That was before this interview.
Yeah. No, I was gonna get into that. I was gonna say Beezy sent coincidentally in our group chat, like it was a good week or two ago before this interview even popped off, of a freestyle. I believe it was a freestyle, it may not have been a freestyle, but either way, Sauce Walka put in words on a beat and coming at Drake, and essentially same energy back then that he does right now. All that being said, both Bun B and Boy Wonder have responded via IG post. Bun B was just basically saying that he was born in Houston, moved to PA in the 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? No shots taken. He don't feel no type of way, but just wanted the clarity because Sauce Walka in his interview said that Bun B's not even from Houston. So Bun B just wanted to clear that air. And then Boy Wonder responded to a fan posting on IG saying that Travis Scott, Bun B, Pimp C, OG Run C, DJ Screw, and multiple producers that Drake has worked with. Then Boy Wonder responded, selective memory. Now, here's the thing. I think we got to give Sauce Walka a lot of credit for keeping the same energy throughout this entire time. However, it looks like Drake has shown some love to Houston artists, maybe not in the way that he has shown love for Atlanta artists, and that was really his main selling point in this interview. Do y'all feel the same way? Do you feel like Drake has really taken and colonized Houston?
I mean, just kind of taking Boy Wonder's words about selective memory or whatever. I think it's very selective artists. You know what I'm saying? So, you can look at it that way. Bun bless Drake very early on in his career. You know what I'm saying? And some of those other people have blessed him very early on. I don't know if the 21 Savages and all those people bless Drake like that. Drake took it upon himself to associate himself with certain artists. Migos and all these other people, you know what I'm saying? So I get what he's saying to a certain extent. Yeah, sure, Drake has done stuff with Houston artists or Texas artists or whatever, but I don't know his real ties with what's his name, the big bad in Texas,
Jay Prince.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just specific people he fooled with or whatever, because I don't know, has Drake ever did anything with Scarface?
I don't think he has. Do he got like association with Jay Prince? Because I remember the Pusha T thing. It wasn't like Jay Prince that got in front of it, and
supposedly it was Jay Prince's son that found Drake, brought Drake's material to Jay Prince. Jay Prince through back channels is the one that connected Lil Wayne and all of that, and that's how Drake got his situation, was through Jay Prince. So that is the affiliation.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, you would think that he would show Houston a little bit more love. I get why he reached out to the Atlanta artists. Atlanta be popping. You know what I'm saying? Houston and Texas had a time, but it's not like Atlanta.
But you know what though? Rod, like when you're talking and we compare some of the artists that Drake has worked with in Atlanta versus Houston, and I thought that how you said it was very poignant. These artists were already known outside of Travis Scott, right? Like that's the one I could say that kind of came up around the same time as Drake, or even after Drake. But Bun B big name. Pimp
Yeah,
C was already
exactly.
a big name. OG Ron C was already OG Ron C. DJ School, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like Drake bigged up and coming artists, because when you look at Atlanta, the Migos wouldn't be Migos without the Drake look. You know what I'm saying? 21 was bubbling, but he was helped out by the Drake features and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? 21 wasn't a household name just yet. So Drake has reached out to Atlanta when it comes to a lot of people that were just on the cusp, and then getting them to bubble
attaching
over.
Them.
Exactly. Even the likes of who the chick out of Memphis now?
She from Sexy Red? She from St. Louis.
She's from St. Louis. Yeah.
But either way, you know, it like, who the hell was a Sexy Red before Drake was attached? You know what I'm saying?
She was bubbling. Drake is really good at seeing who's on the come up and attaching himself to it. He always rode the wave of somebody's come up. And then I always look at it, he's take credit for it. Like, I really, truly believe, like, some of these artists would have blown up regardless of Drake. I think Drake his timing is really good. And it just gives him a slightly extra bump. But I feel like these artists were already on the come up.
I feel confident saying that I don't think Migos would be who they are today without Drake. Because
people knew who the Migos was.
Down here, we knew.
Right.
But they wasn't like out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there was bubbling in Atlanta, but I can't say that there was bubbling nationwide. And then when he did the Versace remix, it was you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the Drake effect.
So you're saying that he features with them once on that. That makes them just blow up.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, it's up to the artist to maintain it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Migos did an amazing job of following it up with hits and projects and stuff like that. So I give them credit, but the look would have never happened without Drake, because Versace was already out. Okay. If it was gonna hit like that, it would have hit like that, and it didn't. Drake got him over the top.
He put eyes on him. I mean, the cosign has always been a thing. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. The cosign has been a thing, but like you said, you got to have the follow up with that too. Because Love McConan, what happened to him?
Well, then that's a whole different
club blowing up on a Tuesday
because he signed them, and that's a whole other conversation. I think the better example. No, I feel you, but I think the better example is Block Boy JB.
I don't know what happened to him too.
Exactly, he had the song with Drake, and then it just. I don't know what happened. All that being said, though, is it fair to say that Sauce has some credibility in the sense that somebody that was bubbling up, just local to Texas, has Drake worked with them or given them credit? Because I don't know. You know, all of the names were big names,
but who popping?
That's what I was about to say, Ken. Who's popping? Like, I think if there was someone that was popping, like a Sauce Walka, I think he has a pretty good name that's bubbling up. I don't know if he's somebody that Drake would attach himself to, but yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Atlanta artists tend to be popping. Who's currently popping coming out of Houston specifically? I don't know, because that's what Drake does. He sees who's on the come up, who's popping, and he attaches himself to it. And then now it's the Drake effect. So is it really the Drake effect? Does he really have that type of effect to where he could just take a random person, random artist, and blow them up? No, I don't think so. I think it's the artist is on the come up. Drake attaches himself to those artists, and now it's Drake did it.
Right. I think there is a Drake effect. I just think Atlanta don't have artists popping enough to benefit from the Drake. I mean, Houston. Yeah. I don't think Houston has artists popping enough to benefit from the Drake effect. I think that
it's a Drake effect. Yeah, it's a Drake effect to a certain extent. Yeah, it's just a cosign. But cosign ain't nothing new.
No, it's not.
It sounds like Houston may have some bigger issues.
Oh, that was a missed opportunity.
It was. I was waiting. Layup, man, layup. But look, I pulled up this article from the HoustonPress.com. This is back in 2022, and it's a couple of music artists to keep an eye on in 2022. So obviously this is a little bit old, but Sauce Walka's on this list, so we all know him. Ken the Man. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Ken the Man.
No, I haven't.
Dende, Tizo Touchdown. Tizo obviously was bubbling, and Tizo, I wouldn't say is a household name, but
he attached himself to him.
Has Drake attached himself to Tizo?
He's all over the For All My Dogs. Tizo touchdowns all over that album.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Marcus Clay, Doman Dinah. I don't know who that is. Propane, Manello, Peso.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tizo's the only one.
Can't
Tizo's the only one he's been able to like kind of attach himself to, but I don't think he's done it in the right way.
What do you mean not done it in the right way?
I don't know if he put him on the album, but yeah, I don't know if he's done it in the same way he's done with the Migos, the Little Babies, the young. I don't think he's done it in the same way for some reason. And I know he was kind of associated with Kanye too. I believe. I think Tizo did some stuff with Kanye as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah. So there might be some conflict there too.
What's Tizo touchdowns hit?
He doesn't have one. I don't think. I won't say that. I would say he doesn't. I ain't heard no radio hit.
Right. So that's why Drake came. Yeah. That's he hasn't done it in the right way, because Tizo hasn't done what he needed to do in order for it to be done in the right way. There's no song that is catching on to people. When these bubbling artists that Drake ended up working with, like, these songs were moving. And I know I'm familiar with Tizo. I don't think Tizo's fairly good, even though I did hear him on one song that was on somebody else's stuff, and I was like, oh, that's Tizo. That's a surprise. Something that people and I did for D365. But I listened to Tizo's whole album, and I know why Drake didn't work with him after I listened to it.
But he's different though, right? He's different. Like
he's different, all right.
Damn, kid.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, he's doing stuff with like
Christ
and Travis Scott. Mm-hmm. So Tizo's name is out there. It's just not bubbling.
It isn't it's not sticking to anything. Now let me ask this, right? Because obviously Sauce Walka, and I said we got to give him credit for maintaining the same energy for all these years in regards to Drake. Do you think Drake should work? Because Modest, you said that maybe that's not the right artist for Drake to work with. Why not? Especially when Sauce is claiming to be the best rapper out. You know what I'm saying? Like he puts it out there and then he follows up.
Best rapper out where? In Houston?
Hip hop.
Yeah, I think Sauce Walka is saying he feel like he's
hip hop. He said he could go bar for bar with J. Cole.
Yeah,
he said it don't matter who you put on the track.
He wants the smoke.
He wants the smoke. So for Drake,
y'all think he can do that?
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna say I don't think he's better, but I definitely think that he won't get smoked. And we've seen him be on a lot of songs with people that we consider lyricists, and he's either on their level or he surpasses them on tracks. So I don't think he has the popularity to say that, like the cachet, but the work and the proof, he's one of those guys. He is one of the best, in my opinion, overall rappers we have in the game.
Okay. I don't know if the style that we like could bubble up. The style that we don't particularly like from him, I don't think it hit. Like that one album we did, we had like a few songs from it that we liked.
Yeah, and we was
I think that's a more popular sound for him. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that particular popular sound would take him where he needs to be personally. Because that's not his strong bag. His strong bag is that ghetto gospel stuff, man. And that's just not good for radio. It's not good for radio, unfortunately. So,
but it seems like Drake is also starting to go down the conductor style route.
Now, if he go down the conductor, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if he goes down that conductor style route, the scary hours and all that, that would be a pocket for Sauce Walka at that point. Yes, I think at that point, they should try to do something together. It also may be a good look for Drake, just since he can't pop right now at all. Like everything he's throwing at the wall is just missing. So I think, probably this is going to be a good time to try some different things. Go ahead, Ken.
So you say he probably do need to take his ass to Houston, huh?
Bruh. Bruh. He is struggling out here. He need to try something different.
But did you hear those 3 songs?
3 songs?
Them 3 songs that was from that 100 gig. Did y'all? I think he officially released them.
Yeah, he officially released them. I heard them.
Yeah,
them the only 3. I ain't listening to nothing else.
I mean, that's all he. I think that's all he had from that 100 gigs was those 3 songs. Yeah.
It was
what you mean?
Like out of that 100 gig thing that he released, it was the 3 songs that were released. Those are the only 3 songs that was all that content of 100 gigs. Everything else is pretty much like videos and stuff. Those are the only 3 songs.
Oh wow!
Yeah. That was the only music that was out there 100 gigs. Those 3 songs.
It was clever. What he did was clever. I'll give him that. Yeah. It worked out.
It was just those 3 songs, right? Look around, like.
Because I heard when the official release, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought it was more songs than this.
Yeah,
I sent it to my daughter and everything because we went to the Drake concert together. I'm like, oh yeah, he dropped 100 gigs of music. I'm like, so I just sent her the link, not even listening to it. I just sent her the link. It's 3 songs.
Yeah, bro. Because when it came out, I went through it and I sifted through it and I saw a whole bunch of videos and other type of content. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna like go through 100 gigs worth of stuff. So I heard like the Lotto joint and then the one that had the 21 Savage on there. And I was like, all right, I'll get to it later. But then when I was saying that, everybody was saying, hey, there's only 3 songs on there, and I'm like, oh. And this was after we did the live, you know what I'm saying? Like during the live, people were saying it. But it great marketing. He had the internet going crazy.
I'll give it to him. Yeah, it was slick. It was 100 gigs of bullshit with 3 songs on it, and then he released the 3 songs. I can't knock the hustle. That shit worked.
Now there is a theory that I saw was that he owes UMG a certain amount of releases, and this counts as a release. So they're saying that Drake is working to get out of his UMG deal. So we'll see.
He did that another time. He did that with that little playlist album, right? Or it was either that, or if you're reading this, it's too late.
To get out of Cash Money. To get out his Cash Money. I think it was Scorpio. Yeah. I think it was Scorpio because that's why he made it double album. That's why he made it double album.
I don't think Sauce has a case here. I really don't think he has a case here, bro. I know
it sounds more personal.
Yeah. Like, Houston has been quiet for a long time, bro, in terms of rappers. And, Drake and Sauce been throwing shots at him for a minute. At one point, it looked like they mended the fences. And he's just to completely call it for what it is. He just basically took what Kendrick Lamar said and flipped it. Yeah, we can see it happen in Atlanta. Like, it's easy to call out the blueprint for Atlanta. Houston doesn't have a blueprint. There's nothing that exists. So what is Drake supposed to do? He did the Houston, Atlanta, Vegas song, and that was it. That put DJ Screw and them on the map, but it didn't even put them on the map, but he borrowed their style. But I don't know if Sauce has a case here, bro.
If they don't have any popping artists or whatever and all of that, stop using the Houston, like he's always using Houston in his music. He's always saying something about Houston. It's not just the Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. He's always talking about the Houston. Always, like, Sauce is like, keep our name out your mouth if you're not gonna fuck with us for real. I think that's more so what he's saying. Like stop like pulling off of our culture. It's not even about like featuring. That's why he said, don't even like fuck me. I don't even care about me. It ain't about me. It's about you talking about how we drink out here. You talking about how we do things out here, but you're not really a part of this culture. So I think that's more so what Sauce was talking about, not necessarily from the, uplifting the artist thing. It's just like, yo, you biting off our shit and you not even fucking with us like that for real. I think that's more so what he's leaning into versus like features and trying to prop up and things like that. Now he's done that with the Atlanta crew or whatever, but he's not, I don't think for him to talk about Houston as much as he does, I don't think he's tapped into the culture enough to be doing that.
Yeah, it's like he steals the aura, Ken. He steals the swag and then incorporates it into what Drake is. And it's like, like you swagger jacking. I know I sound old as hell using these terms.
this man says swagger jacking. Bruh.
Today my niece made me realize I'm getting up there.
That's funny.
That's neither here nor there. But yeah, like Drake is just he takes people's aura, he takes people's mannerisms, he takes people's lingo, and he incorporates it and makes it like his own, but it's not. And then those people from that culture feel a type of way, and obviously Sauce feels a big type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Sauce is Sauce speaking for the people?
I think so, for the streets.
Yes.
I think he's speaking for the streets.
Yeah, Sauce feels like he is the spokesperson for Houston because ain't nobody bigger than him coming from Houston right now. That's how he feels. I'm talking for Sauce, but that's how he's making it sound like he's speaking for the whole city.
Ken, you've been saying that for about Drake for the longest, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, B. Yeah, I have.
But you know what I find funny, and I wish I would have like screenshot this tweet or like just at the time when I saw it. But I remember when Not Like Us had came out and it was popping, it was blowing up, it was crazy, everybody was going crazy, and I remember seeing a random tweet saying, "Don't feel," of course, because Kendrick was talking about Atlanta. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance, da 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 da. So, and I remember seeing someone tweeted like, "Don't feel bad, Atlanta. Drake done this to us in Houston as well." Just a random Twitter user saying that I'm assuming obviously he's from Houston for him to say that, and he was just like, "Yeah, don't worry." And I thought that was kind of funny, like saying that, but then it's like the whole Sauce Walka thing, and then it's just it's like, okay, so do people from average fans or do fans in Houston kind of feel that same way as well? You know what I mean? So just seeing that random tweet and then seeing the Sauce Walka stuff kind of unfold, it's just like, man, it's just like it must have been some rumblings. You know what I'm saying? Like this conversation, in Houston has probably been going on for maybe since the Not Like Us or maybe a little bit before. Who knows? Like who knows? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting for it to come out. What was you about to say, Rod?
I was gonna say, all the headlines are saying Sauce Walka accuses Drake of appropriating Houston culture. It's more about appropriating the culture, not necessarily like putting the artist on. Now he might have mentioned you're not messing with any of the artists, but I think he's coming more so from, bro, you tapping into our culture. And that's what the diss record was in. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what that diss record was kind of aiming at too. Like, yeah, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If Sauce is not the only person probably in Houston that feels that way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting to see how like other artists, up and coming artists, or I ain't gonna say mainstream artists. I guess obviously Bun B fucks with Drake. I guess I think Travis Scott, I think they beefing now, so I don't even think they cool like that no more.
But B, what about Matt Supreme? Is he from?
He's from Houston.
He's from Houston.
No, he's from Houston.
He's from Houston. He's from Houston, bro. Yeah. He's from Houston.
He got a name.
He's from and to be even deeper now I'm on some damn Shade Room shit. But I remember like when the whole Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez thing went down, like Maxo Cream was speaking. He was on the Megan Thee Stallion side, and then of course Drake sent some shots to Megan, like to Meg a few times before in some songs
for all the dogs.
So yeah, like
hella shots. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting, what Maxo Cream had to say, how he felt about that situation, and then seeing what Drake is saying about it. Because I'm pretty sure Maxo was like, "Hey, shit, she's Houston, so I'm for the home team." So yeah, but no, he hasn't worked with Maxo Cream. Mm-mm.
Drake a culture vulture, and there's another rapper, LES. Remember that EP we did?
Yeah,
LES and
I remember LES. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Ken, so you said that originally Sauce doesn't have a case. It sounds like you're saying Sauce does have a case, or the case is being made.
Y'all, what it sounds like is y'all convinced me that Sauce has a case.
Well, I think you were just looking at it from one perspective. I think you were just looking at he doesn't have a case when it comes to the artist. You're right.
Artist,
He doesn't really have a case there. Like, but as far as like
the culture,
Drake culture, like stealing from the culture, like yeah, he has a case there. He's like, and that's what he's kind of mixing he was like, if you're gonna do that, you need to work with more Houston artists.
Yeah. And
I think he's saying that whether they popping or not, you need to work with us if you're gonna be doing that. regardless if we pop it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what he's more so saying. Look at me, I'm a good defender. I should be a damn. I can sway Ken a little bit, you know.
Hey, 1-800-MODEST when you need somebody to defend you. You know what I'm saying? All type of court cases. We gotta praise Sauce Walka for keeping the same energy. Because I want to say, BZ, that freestyle you said was like pre-COVID, bro. So it has to be like 4 or 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So Sauce has been feeling this type of way for a very long time. So shout out to Sauce Walka, standing on business. You know what I'm saying? Holding down Houston as the unofficial spokesperson for everything Houston culture. We appreciate you. Shout out Bun B. You know what I'm saying? The OG of this thing. And Boy Wonder, you know what I'm saying? They had to come out and say what they felt, you know, and they kept it light. You know, ain't no real shots or nothing like that. But it is what it is. Now, let me ask.
I will say he ain't had to do Bun B like that. I will say that.
He was misinformed. He didn't know he was born in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So Bun just had to let him know. Hey, look, man, I am. You know, moved to PA in the 6th grade.
But even if
you got to know that though. Yeah, you got to know that.
I always just knew he was from PA. You know, because Bun always screams PA. I didn't know he was born in Houston. Me personally, and I'm a big Bun B fan. You know what I'm saying? But
that sounds like that. You're not Atlanta song.
I know, right?
He hit Bun B with the Not Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. But look, how do y'all feel? Do y'all feel that Sauce Walka he's standing on business, or is it a little too personal? You know what I'm saying? Is he coming talking straight from the heart? Is he talking from the mind? You already know the conversation after the conversation is in the comment section. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on another one. We out. Peace.